They told me no, too blind, too broken, too late, too different, too loud, too ambitious. But every no pushed me closer to purpose. Now I'm chasing the yes. Just to keep revival, built from the dirt, but I still rose higher. Walking through storms, but I still kept fire. They said my dreams were way too big, said I should quit, said this was it, but every closed door made me stronger. Every setback only made my vision larger. I got purpose running through my veins, breaking every curse, every chain.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? This is Chasing the Yes podcast with Aleatha Robinson. I'm so glad you guys could join me tonight. This is amazing. My very first broadcast podcast tonight. So I'm so excited about that tonight. We have a wonderful show for you tonight. Listen, and just to get into the mind of a publisher, right? Someone who is amazing. Her name is Trevita Harris, and I'm so honored to have her as my first guest today. So let's welcome Trevita Harris to the podcast.
Hello, hello.
Hey Trevita, how you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So excited about this is my first show, and I'm so happy that you are here tonight to do this with me because you
Yes.
calm me. You calm me. Yeah.
Listen, I'm just glad you're part of the family. Welcome to the Crew Podcast Network family
Thank
because
you so
you
much.
are a wonderful addition to us all.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I was a little nervous, like, but we got
Why?
I don't know. I mean, because being welcome to the family, there's the family. You guys are already established, and it's the new kid, the new family member coming in. So it's a little nerve wracking, but I feel welcome though. I do feel welcome.
Well, you fit right in. You are the missing piece.
Thank you so much. Okay, so let's get to know about Trevita Harris now. So we have stories. We have stories on how we met and how everything come together. And you guys, listen, if you're looking to write a book, she is the person to go to. And so, like I will always probably do, if she ever comes back, and I know she will. um, Tell us about the story about how we met, because I like your version, and then I'm gonna tell the other part.
You gonna tell the unsolicited version of how we met. Um, but we actually met first before we really knew that we met.
Wow.
Um, which is crazy. But I received a text message from you on March the 19th, and you were looking for someone to help you publish your book because you had an event coming up on May the 16th, and you have been trying to get your book done, and you have been trying to do it on your own, and you had ran into some issues, and you were overwhelmed, and so flustered and frustrated with the whole situation. And
Mhm.
I was like, okay, I just give me what you have. Let me see. I said, but I will be honest with you. I take a $50 non-refundable deposit before anything, because people say that they're ready to publish a book and then they don't. They waste my time and they waste your time, their own personal time.
Mhm.
So I do that first because I need to know how serious you are about it. And you were
Mhm.
like, I'm really serious. I need to have this done. And I've tried to do this and it's not working out. I've had to do this. And every time I send it to KDP, they send it back to me. Okay. That's neither here nor there. Send me what you have and I'll take a look at it and we'll go from there.
Mhm.
And that was March the 19th. Everything from there is pretty much history because it was done and completed.
Yeah, I think within like 3 weeks, you got everything done within like 3 weeks, and literally in KDP published, like
Yes.
everything. I was struggling. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was trying to write this book. Actually, I wrote the book, but I was trying to put it together and put everything into KDP. Baby, I didn't know what I was doing at all. I had no clue on what I was doing. And I was struggling. Even people that did could have figured it out for me, couldn't do it. So we was both over there struggling. Me and my poor son was struggling. We didn't know what to do, and
Some things that were all over the place, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's not working. So let me figure this out, and I put it all together. I got it, how it needed to be, and added a couple of finishing touches here and there, and sent it back. And I was, and you were like, well, it's supposed to be this. Okay, well, we're not worried about any of that. And you were
right,
so
right,
overwhelmed. There were so many conversations that we had,
yeah,
and like, well, I just feel so discouraged. Okay, well, listen, what we gonna do? We gonna pray about this thing.
yeah,
Not
yeah,
gonna have that.
yeah,
It will be
literally,
and we're gonna make sure that it is done and completed, but we're not gonna have that defeated spirit over this because it's not, because the devil will come into play if you give him the opportunity and the space, and we were not giving him that
yeah.
space. So
Absolutely. And I, like I said, you calmed me down and I was like, I got put back together because I went apart. So,
yes,
but you helped me calm back down and stuff. And so we got the book published and we met the deadline literally, and I was like so happy. I was able to get my now then we had another worry because I was worried about if the books was gonna get there in time for for the event, but that happened too. So it was
yes.
just a blessing for everything to come together. But the main thing that I liked and I love about you, but liked about you is that like you're patient, right? Listen, if anybody can hear me in earshot, if you want someone that's patient, understanding, that can understand the frustrations of learning how to do this, don't know how to do it, don't want nothing to do with it at all. This just stuff I did not want nothing to do with it at all. I would try to figure out other things, but that book thing, yeah, it wasn't for me. She is the one to go to. She is understanding. She loves the editing. Listen. She
Yeah, I
love it.
do. I
Yes,
really do.
I'm not. I wasn't for English. That went for me. So I had to go on and pass that off to her. But let's get into this. Listen,
Mhm.
my questions that I want to ask would
Yes.
first be, what does chasing the yes mean to you? What does that mean to you?
Chasing the yes, that's a loaded question in itself. Because for the longest, I was always trying to avoid chasing anything. Mainly because when you have to be able to say yes to God first. And when God wants you to do something, you have to truly surrender. And
Mhm.
there's so many things that he was telling me to do, and how to be obedient and all of this, and that leads me to where I am with my publishing business and everything. And so me saying yes to the very first book I published, I had to say yes to that because I was truly avoiding that. And once I started saying yes to what he was telling me to do. I've been chasing every since, and chasing what he's been calling me to do. Now I still get a little stubborn sometimes and be like, okay, God, I'm not sure that you sent this to the right address. I think you got the wrong person. So this ain't for me. I think you got me mixed up with somebody else. This at the wrong house. This ain't for me.
Okay.
But he's persistent, and you know how God is. He's gonna tell you
Oh,
that
you
this is for you.
will.
I didn't mix this up with nobody. But chasing the yes means being obedient to what God is calling you to do. And I love to say yes more so now than saying no. Because
Mhm.
even with just the event that you just did, I was still saying no, in the sense
Yes,
of when
you
you
will.
asked me to speak originally at your event, I said no. I
Mm-hmm.
said, no, absolutely not. That's not what I do, because we were just sharing, our own personal journeys and our own personal testimonies. And you were like, well, this is in line with, my event I am becoming. And I was like, yeah, I'm not really sharing what I'm sharing with you because of this. It's just, this is part of the reason why I do what I do. And
Mm-hmm.
like, but it's in a line. I said, I get all that, but I'm not a speaker. That's not what I do. And after we got off the phone call, God was like, I don't know why you told that lady no. You go event. Like, this is aligned with what you've been doing. You asked for me to push you out of your comfort zone. Every
Mm-hmm.
year, this is part of the prayer that you've prayed. And
Mm-hmm.
you need to do this. This is what you have been called to do. So
Mm-hmm.
you gonna tell her yes the next conversation y'all have. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, God, look here now, sir.
And girl, tell the truth. I was calling you every day.
Yes. And I still didn't bring it up right away. I waited a couple days before I said anything about it, because I'm still in conversation with him. Like, sir, I'm not sure this is what I need to be doing, because I want to go and support. I don't want to go and speak. And he
Mm-hmm.
kept saying, I didn't ask you what you wanted to do. This is what you need to do, because someone else needs to hear your story. Someone else needs to hear your testimony, because what you don't understand is that you are the blueprint for someone else. And you need to say what you've been through, because the things that you have been through are things that people need to know, that it looks
Mm-hmm.
better on the other side. Just because what they've gone through today, it doesn't stay that way. It gets better
Right.
over time. You just have to keep
Right.
putting one foot in front of the other, and
Right.
you are a walking, living testimony. So
Right.
somebody needs to hear that.
Right. Right.
So
And
I
I
stopped
mean,
arguing.
and I mean, the reason why I named my podcast Chasing the Yes, it absolutely started with me being obedient to the Father, because at first, I was trying to think of, like what am I supposed to be doing, right? And I know that I'm good at business. I know that. And I heard so many no's in my life, being in customer service, being in
Mm-hmm.
sales, and, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that one yes, so when you get that one yes in sales, you're like, okay, yes, and I could
Yes.
get another one. I know I can, you know what I mean? But the same thing goes for the Father. Like, once you get that one yes from him, you're gonna
Yeah.
continue to chase the yeses, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna continue to do what you can to please him. And
Yeah.
so that's why I initially literally named it Chasing the Yes, because I'm chasing him and what he has for me, and the
Right.
yeses that comes behind, you know what I mean, me
Yeah.
being able to accomplish the things that he has for me. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's why I named it Chasing the Yes. And chasing the yes for me means, for me, to just be in obedience,
Yeah.
chasing the yes, chasing his yes, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so that's why I named my show Chasing the Yes. And so, what challenges do you believe in chasing the yes you faced? What challenges have you faced during during
Oh,
the yes? Yes.
Jesus. Okay. When I first started the journey of chasing the yes in the beginning, it was very, very difficult because I had no idea what I was doing. I had no clue on how to run a business at all. And
Mhm,
so the first year, it looked like failure, in my opinion,
mhm,
because there was no clients, there was no sales, there was no anything. Like I was only selling books. And then I got my first client, and it was like, what am I supposed to do with this client? But I knew how to format, I knew how to edit, but it was also I was going through my mother's transition. She was in the final stages of life, and I'm like, God, this is a true test for me, and I'm not sure if I can meet the deadline that my client has. And it's not just her, it's five other authors that are part of this collaboration book that she has, and she's entrusting me. And I'm not even sure. I've done it for myself, not once, but twice, but actually three books that I've done for myself personally. But this is a book for someone else, and not just one person, but five additional people. And it's a deadline that I have to meet, but not just a deadline that she's given me, but a deadline that I need to give to her, so that if there's some corrections that need to be made before this deadline, I still want to make sure that I'm meeting that. And so it was like a lot of pressure, and still trying to be present for my mom and be there for her. And I didn't want to miss anything because I still wanted to make sure that we had enough time. And I was like, God, this is a lot. This is a lot
yeah,
for me to
yeah,
be obedient and to be present and to be, available to everyone who needed me at that time.
mhm,
And it was a true challenge, but I was able to fulfill everything that God had put on me. And it was like, okay, God, you really showed me what I was capable of doing. And me being obedient let me know that you heard the prayers that I prayed. You
absolutely.
made sure that I was capable of doing what you have instilled in me. Everything that I had gone through, my puzzle pieces were falling into place. And so everything that didn't make sense to me was now making sense. It was like, okay, well, when this happened in 2005 is now happening in 2023. That puzzle piece fit perfectly in what was happening. And so it was like, okay, now I get it. It didn't make sense before because it felt
Mhm,
out of place. And
yeah,
so it was like, okay, I see what you're doing. Everything don't always make sense when it's supposed to make sense, but when you be obedient and follow his instructions, it makes sense. So just keep doing
absolutely,
what God tells you to do. It ain't always
absolutely.
gotta make sense.
Now my challenges were, I believe I still do it. I still go through the challenges,
Mhm.
but I'm more confident now. But I had so much doubt about who I really was,
Yeah.
right? Who I really am for the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
I have doubts about I still have doubts, but the Father brings me, He reels me back in. Like Aletha, I listen, this is what I said, this is what it is, this is what you gonna do, right? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like even the event, the becoming the becoming the I am
I am
becoming,
coming. Yeah.
um, he kept saying, you have to speak. And I kept saying, no, I'm not speaking. It's for them. Like, that's for them to do. Like, I'm not supposed to be a speaker. And he said, yes, you are. And so, just so happened, a girl didn't show up. And he was like, yeah, so,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I was like,
Mhm.
I wasn't sure. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a problem with speaking in front of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the doubt of, am I capable of getting through this? Even, people, we get the jitters sometimes, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so that doubt crept up for a little bit. And then as I started talking, you know what I'm saying, I
Yeah.
allowed the Holy Spirit to set in, and he was able to give the story that I have. And sometimes us reaching back to tell the
Mm-hmm.
stories of our life is kind of
Yeah.
heavy on us. And that's
Mm-hmm.
when the Holy Spirit comes in and he says, I got you. It's just what
Yeah.
you have to do. And the people that are here has to hear this. Because even
Mm-hmm.
if a person says, that's not my story, and I didn't have to hear, it wasn't for me. They'll never
Right.
forget the story that you gave them, and they'll
Mm-hmm.
remember this is what she went through, and look at what she looks like now. Like, look
Right.
how she got over that. And so you transitioning from the pain, the hurt, and being able to get through, you losing your mother,
Yeah.
you having to show up for everybody else, you doing the work for the kingdom, because you being a publisher literally is your ministry. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what I had to learn about you, and I learned about you. And that's,
Mm-hmm.
to me, I was so blessed to meet you, because in so many different me thinking in so many different facets and so many different compartments in my mind, I was like, she's a blessing in the way she speaks, she's a blessing in the way she's helping me, she's a blessing in the way she soothes me, she's a blessing in the way we get to pray together. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was
Mm-hmm.
just so many different things, and I was like, so this girl literally was sent into my life for this, you know what I mean, as such a time as this, as they say. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it was just a blessing. Okay, and then so what about what was the light bulb, right? What was the light bulb that went off that told you, okay, this is it, this is what I'm supposed to do, and this is my ministry? Because I know that you found that out now, that this is your ministry. When was, or can you remember the time that it went off for you, and you was like, okay, yeah, this is it?
I will say my after I did my book, Overcoming Childhood Trauma,
Okay.
when I did that book, and it was like, okay, this is really the one for me, and this is the one that is going to solidify that this is what I am truly capable of doing, and showing people that they can do it as well.
Mhm.
And I want other people to know that if they don't want to do it, I can show them how to do it,
Mhm.
or either they can reach out and allow me to do it for them,
Mhm.
and so it was one of those things, and it was like, okay, God, just bring those people to me, direct them, so that if they're ready to write their book, tell their story, just lead them to me. And
Mhm.
so that's really what has happened,
Mhm.
and he brings me the people. He brings me, and it's the same with my podcast. Like, it's always the confirmation of my guests. It's the confirmation of the clients that he sent me. And so it's been,
Yeah.
okay, this is what it is. This is where I'm supposed to be. And anything that I try to do that's outside of this, it does not work. And
Yeah,
so
somebody just
it's,
somebody
it's
just said you're truly a blessing. Yeah, somebody said you're truly a blessing, and I feel the same way. Like, listen, y'all, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I'm gonna be transparent. I'm territorial with my friends, and me and Charita done got like this. And I'm gonna tell y'all this story. Charita probably would have never told y'all this, but I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about this, right? So, after
oh
we had
Lord.
man, we had that guy like, I'm talking like this. It was like a month and a half or 2 months, like, and I'm so like, I don't know. I'm always checking on how you doing. You good? You straight? You all right? You know what I'm saying? I'm always doing that to her. So
Mm-hmm.
we was there the whole time. I'm checking on her. We looking at each other the whole time. We eye contact the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So she leaves out of the she leaves out of the place, and I'm looking like, you know what I'm saying, like I'm
Where
looking
she
like,
go? What she do?
where
Like,
she at? Where she went? I'm steady sitting up. And the two people that was with me got up and they left. They left before her. So I'm looking, and the lady was finished talking, and I'm like, Sharita is up next. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And me and Sharita had a private conversation the day before. I can't go into that because y'all gonna think, yeah, okay, y'all gonna be like, she ain't professional for real. But so
mhm.
so we had a conversation the day before, and I was like, Sharita, I don't, I'm gonna have to pray about this thing. You know what I'm saying? But man, when I went around that corner, Sharita was crying. But she was crying like a good cry, but I didn't know it was a good cry. I didn't know.
No,
I
she
didn't know it
did
was a good cry.
not. And I had to grab her hand and say, "It's cool. Everything is all right. I am fine. Relax. Calm down." Like, and she was like, "You for real?" Yes, I'm fine. It's okay. I'm all right. You ain't got to do nothing. Bring it down. And she like, "Oh, okay," because I was getting ready. Mm-mm, we're not doing that.
I was ready.
We're
I
not.
was,
It ain't that. It ain't that.
she's such a
It,
sweetheart. And I
it
don't
ain't
play by
that.
my friends. Like I was like,
It
wait a minute, hold on, like
ain't
you know what
that.
I'm saying? But I just I just I did that, and I know like my heart, I know my heart with people, and I know that you knew that I care about how I feel about you. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it was like, oh snap, like she not playing. She really is like that. Like so that
Yeah.
makes what out. Like so
I had
I
to grab your hand really quickly, like, no, no, that ain't what this is.
but But so like I said, I'm not just a type of person to just go off the handle or anything like that. Like I just that's how close and that's how much I care about her, and that's what she's shown me. She's shown me that from the first conversation. And listen, another thing, we met each other at another event, and actually I hugged her. Like that was the first. We didn't even know who each other was. We was at another
No,
event. I embraced her because I was like, I was embracing everybody because I was like, oh, we won. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got
yeah,
some, we got an
yeah, it
award.
was like,
I was just hugging everybody.
congratulations.
And I was hugging everybody because that's the type of person I am. I'm real bubbly and I love to hug on people. And you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Unless I feel like, your spirit ain't what it need. I don't need to grab that. But I
right.
just hug people because I want to make them feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want them to feel the God in me. So when I
Hmm.
embrace you, I know you're gonna feel him in me. But
Right.
that's why I don't want nobody to be thinking I'm crazy because I'm not crazy. I'm a good friend. That's who I am. I am. I
Hmm.
don't play about my people and I don't play about my friends. So yes, so with me, I knew when I couldn't sleep. The father kept waking me up in the middle of the night, and he kept giving me like, you are a businesswoman, and you are,
Hmm.
you have things in you that people need from you,
Yeah.
right? And those things I had been holding on for so long, you know what I'm saying? And feeling like, okay, God, not me. Like, they're not gonna take that from me, you know what I mean?
Right.
Me having oh but so thank you, boo, thank you. And so I couldn't sleep. He kept waking me up. He kept waking me up, and he kept giving me things. And I
Hmm.
literally was writing stuff down, and I was going and having to write all the ideas down and stuff like that. And I come to that to ask you, how is he effective in giving you um your assignments and your missions, and other than sending people to you, how is he effective at pulling you to your mission
Child,
in the kingdom?
he will interrupt my day, and I could be in the middle of doing something totally different. I could be in the middle of cooking dinner, cleaning up, talking, having a conversation with somebody, and he'd be like, okay, I need you to do this, or this is something that I have for you to do. And it's like, okay, but I'm trying to do something else. And he like, okay, I get what you're trying to do, but I need you to do this. And like right now, like I told you when we were talking yesterday, he has me focus, like we in deep discussion about something right now, and I'm going back and forth with him about this, and he's like, I just need you to do what I'm asking you to do. And I'm like, okay, but can we work on some specifics? And when we get these little specifics and these details together, then we gonna do it. And he like, okay, but you procrastinate, and then you starting to get on my nerves a little bit because I'm telling you to do something. You got 17 more questions, and
Mhm.
and I'm like, but you already know how I am. I'm gonna ask you these questions until I get it like I want it to go. And it's not that I'm being disobedient; it's that I want to be sure that this is exactly, because it's just like with the last book that I did. It was a book that the title of the book is God Never Counted Me Out. And
Mhm.
my initially I wanted that book to be a collaborative book.
Mhm.
But God was like, I didn't give you the title of that book to be that for that to be a collaboration book. I gave you
Mhm.
that title for that to be a personal book, a personal story, because I've
Mhm.
always been with you. And you keep trying to
Oh,
make
yeah.
this a collaboration story. And
Mhm.
that's not what this is about. And
Mhm.
so I procrastinated. And then it was like, okay, you need to write this book. And so before I moved up here, I had started the book probably back in February of this year. And I wrote the first 5 chapters of that book. And then I stopped. I have no rhyme or reason as to why I stopped writing the book. And
Mhm.
then it was like, God was like, okay, you need to finish that book before you move because it needs to be completed. And
Mhm.
so one Sunday, I was like, one Saturday night, I was like, okay, Friday and Saturday, I finished the last 2 chapters because he was like, it only needs to be 7 chapters. I don't need you to do anything more than 7. And any book
Mhm.
that I do, they will always be 7 chapters. It will never be any more than that because that's what he tells me all the time, 7 chapters. And so I'm like, okay. And so I'm like, okay. And so I finished the book. And
Mhm.
then the crazy part about it is, whenever you upload the books to KDP, it
Mhm.
usually tells you 72 hours
Mhm.
before it's ready. I uploaded that book on Saturday night, early Sunday morning.
Mhm.
Well, Sunday afternoon, I get a notification that my book had already been accepted. And I'm like, God, hold on, wait a minute now. This was not the 72-hour waiting period. What has happened? And I was like, okay, something is going on. And it just let me know that that book was definitely overdue. And the
Yeah.
other part is I'm still a little irritated because I haven't ordered my copy of the book yet, but my brother ordered his and got his book before I even got my own
Yeah,
copy.
you told me.
And so I'm like, y'all have done it. So he don't send me a picture. Him and his wife have the book, and I'm like, doggone it, y'all got the book before I got it, and I'm the one that wrote it. But
Hmm.
it just goes to show that God, when He is intentional about you doing something, He's gonna interrupt anything that you got going on. And it's like He gonna show me in the middle of, I could be sleeping good, snoring down, slide running down the side of my cheek or whatever. He gonna wake me up and be like, hey, 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 I got something I need you to do. And I need you to
Yeah.
get on it, tomorrow, because God is intentional about his business. He don't play. So if it's something that he wants from you, he gonna make sure that you do it.
He definitely will. He definitely will. Like,
Hmm.
waking me up, and I'm so used to it now. Like he'll wake me up in the middle of the night, and I'll pray. I'll lay there and I'll pray and I'll talk to him, and you know what I'm saying now, and or I'll get my little notepad and write something down, or I'll speak something to
Yeah.
my make sure that I want to make sure that I'm on task or these ideas. So um I really appreciate. I want everybody to know where they can contact you, get your information, book you because you are an awesome publisher. Like
Thank
for
you.
real, like if you really want to write a book, like I'm telling you guys, like you cannot go wrong with Wings of Transformation. I'm telling y'all, please get it with my girl. But give them your information on how they can get in contact with you.
Okay, if you're looking to publish a book, you can find me at Wings of Transformation Publishing LLC. You can find me on Facebook. You can go to the website, wingsoftrandsformation.com. You can find me on Trevita Harris at Facebook. You can find me Trevita Harris on TikTok. You can find me Trevita underscore Harris 78 on Instagram. But email me. It's a long email address, but the email address is wonderful because it says Wings of Transformation Publishing at writeme.com because you need to write the book. So stop
Right.
worrying about if you have everything that you need to write this book. Every one of us has a story that somebody needs to hear. So if you need to worry about, hey, I don't know if I have everything that is necessary, you need some coaching along the way, I am here to help you get through all of that. If you don't even know what your outline looks like or any of that, I can walk you through every bit of that. If you have an idea of a book that you want to write, you can still ask me. I'm here for the beginning to the end. So just let me know.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. You guys, listen, the CMCE. I know that you guys probably have no clue what that is, but that is um my that is my digital product building. I can help you build on your whole business, your whole brand. I have a digital products on TikTok. I help people build flyers. I do one-on-ones. I teach people everything on this list. I do everything on that list. So I help you build a lot of things. Teach you how to use ChatGPT and Claude together. Basically, they are the power couple. Also, I do events as well. So, my event that is coming up September the 12th, that is called Becoming Her Summit, right? And so we have so many different things that is going to be happening in that one day. But yes, I'm so glad. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that this happened. And we had this opportunity to be here today. Thank you so much for being my first guest. I really
You're
appreciate it.
welcome.
Thank you for everybody that tuned in. Thank you so much for making this experience amazing, you guys. Thank you so much. Yes, Becoming Her Summit, she raises the bar, you guys. That is Infinite Vision Brands presents. So that is my event. If you are in the South Carolina, Columbia area on September 12th, stop by. Thank you guys so much for showing up and showing out for me today. Thank you, Travita.
You're welcome.
Fire stood through storms, and still I'm standing where I am.